Well, joining me now is Oliver Kemp from the charity Prostate Cancer UK. Oliver, many thanks indeed for joining us today. It's a sobering picture.
It is, certainly. It's Prostate Cancer Research Centre. The Prostate Cancer UK is a different charity. But yes, it's certainly a very difficult position to be in. We're seeing a huge drop-off in income from events and community fundraising. Of course, we can't run events and we can't run community fundraising, which was a very large proportion of our income.
Are you expecting donations to go down then as a result?
Yeah, I mean, we had an event that was due in 2 weeks, being hosted by Stephen Fry. That event would normally raise about £300,000, which would allow us to run 3 research programmes. That event has now been postponed and hopefully will be later in the year. But for the time being, we will see a very significant drop in income.
What can be done to help your sector right now? Because over the next few months, many people could really be needing your services.
Yes, and I think particularly for people with cancer and people who are elderly, prostate cancer affects older people. We're going to see people who are going to be very isolated. Obviously, if they're going through cancer treatments, it can be very difficult for people already. So we're going to see a huge increase in the need for charities like ourselves.
In terms of communication, what have you been told by government? What advice, what support, if any, have they given you?
So we've obviously seen the announcement last week in the budget that there's funding for small businesses that people can apply for. We haven't seen the details of that. It would be nice to be able for charities to be able to apply for that funding too.
Is it possible to say how many people work in the charity sector?
I think it's about 5% of the UK's population works in the charity sector.
So what would you like to see happen now over the coming days? I mean, things are changing by the minute, it seems.
Well, I suppose, first of all, we still need support. We need people to go onto our website and to donate. We need individuals. The companies who've kindly were supporting our big dinner are still donating to us. So we'd like to make sure that companies, trusts and foundations and the government step up to the plate and make sure we're still around at the end of this crisis.
And can you give us an idea of, how you're supporting people in your charity, for example? So
there's the head of research posted an article yesterday just to talk through exactly what people should do if they have prostate cancer and what they need to be aware of. Obviously, if people are on immunotherapy or undergoing chemotherapy, their immune system is reduced. They're in a vulnerable group, so please take extra care. You probably should be self-isolating already.
And you alluded to it, a lot of elderly people will be deeply concerned about this. Have you been able to speak to those people who are connected to your charity, those people that you have been supporting?
Yeah, so we have a number of patient groups that we talk to. I spoke to a couple of people yesterday, in fact. They're already worried about, I suppose, the social isolation that they're going to have. They often get lots of mental and motivational support from being connected to their families. They're going to be more isolated than they have been previously. They are worried about our research being postponed if universities have to shut down and send people home. Obviously, the longer that goes on for, the further we are away from better treatments and potentially cures.
OK, Oliver, really good to talk to you. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Oliver Kemp from Prostate Cancer Research. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.